We decided to do a short video on back pain over the festive season. Now, chances are you're going to be using your body in a little bit of a different way over this festive period. And here are just a few things to watch out for that'll help avoid you getting any back flare-ups over this period. Now, first and foremost, there's going to be a lot of bending involved, especially if you're the one that's going to be making Christmas lunch. So checking the turkey in the oven, for example, a lot of time over surfaces, doing chopping, that sort of thing. And you want to try and make sure that if you're needing to bend down to check the oven, those sorts of things, you're bending from the hip. So you're using the hip joint in here to actually pivot forwards and bending with your knees rather than rounding your back, because doing that repeatedly is going to be problematic for your spine, and that can cause the lower back to start aching. Other activities like leaning over the chopping board like that. Put it on the kitchen table if you have a history of back pain. Sit down at the table and do the chopping there where you're much more upright rather than over a slightly, or towering over a slightly lower work surface standing up. These little things will help you when you're preparing the Christmas dinner. Another big one that catches out a lot of people is loading the dishwasher. If you've got a ton of plates that need to be loaded into the dishwasher, try and approach it a little bit more squarely, or rest your hand on the surface as you're loading things so you even out or ease the load on your lumbar spine rather than just bending and twisting, because again, that's a great way to injure your lower back. So just take care. It's lightweight, so you won't really think that you're doing that much, but that repetitive bending and twisting that can be involved in the preparation and clear away from Christmas Day can put a good bit of stress on your lower back. Coupling that with then sitting down around the table or in the lounge with the family, that excessive seated time in somewhat comfortable sofas can also again further rounding of your lower back as you slump into that chair for a long period while you digest the 2,000-3,000 calories you've eaten on Christmas Day, and the same on Boxing Day. So in the afternoons when you may be socializing with family members, try and get up and just have a little move around. Don't spend a lot of time preparing Christmas dinner, clearing away from Christmas dinner, and then just plonk yourself straight in a chair, because that's going to put a lot of stress on your lower back and not be tremendously helpful. So just try and have a little bit of movement around the house as well, just to ease some of that tension on your lower back. A small walk on Christmas Day can always be helpful, nothing too strenuous, and if it's icy, watch your footing, but that can help just get your lower back moving again a little bit and take some of the pressure off those structures down the bottom here. If you do find that you get a little bit of aching in the lower back, it's much better to preempt this. Pop a little bit of ice at that level at the base of your spine. Do that for around about 5 minutes. Do that a couple of times. It'll just calm down any low-grade inflammation and avoid you waking up the next day going, what have I done? And I can't see anyone now until the shops or clinics reopen on the 27th, 28th of December. So just pay attention to yourself and do things to help yourself if you do find that things do flare up or tweak a little bit. In terms of some stretches that you can do, simple hamstring stretches or glute stretches can take a little bit of pressure off those muscles that can be pulling on the lower back if you do find you get yourself in a little bit of trouble. But other than that, just try and be conscientious with the way in which you're using your body on Christmas Day. Recognize that it's involving a few extra abnormal activities that are going to load your lower back a bit more, and just take care and enjoy yourself.